Glydus.
Hydraulic steering system installation video for dual outboard single cylinder, up to 350 horsepower and above.
All right, before we begin the installation of your Glydus system, let's first make sure we have all the required tools ready. You'll need a paper towel, marine-grade grease, a 4mm and an 8mm Allen key, a ratchet with a 24mm socket, a 75mm or 3-inch hole saw, an 8mm drill bit, a hand drill spanners in the following sizes: 8, 10, 13, 14, 16, 17, and 19mm. And of course, a copy of the Glydus installation manual. Once you've confirmed everything is in place, set up your workspace so it's clean, well-lit, and safe. This will make the installation process smooth and efficient.
Step 1. Front mount helm pump installation.
Paste the helm mounting template onto the dashboard. Cut a 3-inch or 76mm hole for the helm, along with 4 8mm holes for the studs. Remove all washers, nuts, and dummy plugs from the mounting studs. Install the elbow fittings and orient them so the hydraulic hoses can run freely without obstruction. Torque the fittings to 18 foot-pounds or 24.5 Newton-meters. Now, place the helm into the dashboard with the oil filling port facing upward. Install the 4 nuts and washers onto the studs and torque them to 110 inch-pounds or 12.5 Newton-meters. Finally, remove the nylock nut and washer from the steering shaft. Lightly grease the shaft with marine-grade grease and install the steering wheel. Refit the washer and nylock nut and torque them to 115 inch-pounds or 13 Newton-meters.
Insert the steering wheel cap.
Step 2. Front mount cylinder installation.
Remove the piston rod lock nuts and center shaft lock nuts. Disassemble the support bracket. Remove all spacers from the center shaft. Apply marine-grade grease evenly on the center shaft. Insert the greased center shaft into the engine tilt tube. Remove the tiller plate stud and nylock nuts. Now, to attach hardware kit. Remove the hex stud and washer. Replace it with the adapter using the fasteners provided. Mount the ground strap securely onto the engine transom. This should be done before installing the cylinder on the engine. Now attach tiller plate using hex stud and nylock nut. Screw in the lock nut onto the tilt tube first. Then insert the required spacers onto the center shaft. Now attach the support bracket and the ground strap tabs. Tighten the support bracket nuts in pairs. Start with the piston rod side, then tighten the center shaft side. Rotate the lock nut in anti-clockwise direction and clamp it by tightening the bolt using an Allen key to remove any gap remaining between the spacers and tilt tube. Connect the middle ground strap tab to the grease nipple. Center aligning tubes can be removed. Test the fitment by manually pushing the engine in its full range of motion. Your Glydus cylinder is installed.
Step 3. Tie rod connection.
For proper tie rod connection, first measure the center-to-center distance between the two engines. This measurement will help you adjust or cut the tie rod to the exact length required. Make sure both engines are positioned straight ahead and perpendicular to the transom. The standard tie rod is a cut-to-length type and comes bundled with hardware kit. Mount the engine side adapter onto the tiller arm. Depending on the engine make and year, the mounting configuration may vary. Bring in your cut-to-length tie rod and attach it to both adapters using the fasteners provided. The adjustable tie rod is designed for heavy-duty or aggressive use and comes bundled with hardware kit. The length of the tie rod can be adjusted easily by counter-rotating the shaft ends. Mount the engine side bracket onto the tiller arm. Bring in your adjustable tie rod and attach it to both adapters using the supplied fasteners.
Step 4. Hose connection.
Begin by removing all protective caps from the elbows on both the helm and the cylinder. Next, take the first hydraulic hose and connect one end to the starboard side elbow of the helm. Connect the other end of the same hose to the port side elbow on the cylinder. Then, take the second hose and connect it to the remaining elbows. one end to the port side elbow of the helm, and the other end to the starboard side elbow on the cylinder. Tighten all connectors securely.
Step 5. Oil filling and purging. This process requires 2 people to complete correctly. Unscrew the vented plug on the helm and replace it with the oil filling kit supplied with the helm. Attach the oil filling kit to the bottle. Remove the other cap to allow oil to flow into the helm. Next, remove the protective plugs from the air bleeders on the cylinder and connect the purging pipe and bottle supplied with the kit. Now, let's purge the system. Rotate the steering wheel toward the starboard side until the cylinder reaches its full end position. Open the port side air bleeder by half to 1 full turn. Continue rotating the steering wheel toward starboard until no air bubbles are visible coming out of the bleeder. Once the flow is clear, close the air bleeder. Open the starboard side air bleeder by half to 1 full turn. Now rotate the steering wheel toward the port side until the cylinder reaches its opposite end position. Continue rotating the wheel toward port, again watching for bubbles in the bleeder pipe. When the air is fully purged, close the air bleeder. Finally, reinstall the protective caps on both air bleeders.
Glydus, steering the waves with confidence. Explore more at glydus.com.